This week's problem. Really like it. Okay, here we go. My ex lives with my current best friend. I was friends with my best friend since a little before the relationship, but after 3 years in August, we ended it. I have since moved further away from my friend, and I am struggling to find time to see my best friend, and I feel like reconnecting with my ex might make life a little bit easier, but I don't know how to go about it or even if it's a good idea. So essentially, what I am picking up here is our listener, ex lives with their best friend that they were best friends with before the ex moved in. Now they'd like to go visit best friend, but is with ex, makes it a little tricky. So they're like, should I try and make things good with the ex? That way I can go see my friend, visit them, maybe even stay with them without it being as much of an issue. Broke it down into 2 questions, which I liked as well. I don't know how to go about this, and is it a good idea? Okay. Being friends with the ex, I think there are a variety of opinions on this. And let's be honest, I think it all depends on how the relationship ended. That is number 1 on whether or not you're going to be able to be friends with your ex. So the first thing I'm going to look into, is it even a good idea to be friends with your ex? Ladies, are you friends with your exes at all? Are you... That's a no. I'm going to say
Maureen
is.
I am with some of them, but with others, I don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah.
I'm friendly with a couple. Yeah, but but generally no.
But then most of my exes live abroad, so that's kind of easy.
Makes it easier. Yeah, if there's some distance. Yeah. It's very true. And look, this is a tricky one because, again, I think it's very personal depending on what happened in the situation. So, but the first thing I do want to flag up right away is under no circumstances, if a relationship was manipulative or abusive or if there was any sort of negative thing, I don't want you to ever try to reestablish a friendship with that person. Done. You don't need any toxicity. So, number 1, if it was a bad relationship, if it left you feeling like less of a person, hurt at all, absolutely not. I don't think you need to ever go and find communication and try to just no, stay away. So that's the first thing I want to say. Also, I was thinking like, okay, is it a good idea to reconnect with your ex so you can spend more time with your best friend? Okay, here are my first thoughts. Is there any way for you to spend time with your friend away still from the ex? I mean, have you guys even talked about it? Could you maybe meet in the middle somewhere, both travel to a different area, maybe get a hotel, hang out for the night, visit your friend? Is there any way for you two to spend some time together without it having to be near the ex? Just putting that out there, right? There might be some ways you could figure some stuff out without having to go right there. Are there... I mean, it is tricky. So when you're thinking about reconnecting with your ex, here are just some questions I want you to ask yourself and be honest yourself with the answers. How did the relationship end? How much time has passed? Why do I want to reach out? What do you want to have happen if you reach out? And are you right now in a safe and secure place as well? Is your ex in a safe and secure place emotionally, physically, etc.? Because also you might be like, it's fine. I could touch base with my ex, no problem. But we also have to think about the ex, right? Like, were you the one who broke up with them? Did you break their heart? It's not really fair to go be like, hey, let's be pals. Maybe the ex is going to have a hard time with that. So I really want you to analyze those things. What is motivating? Now, in this situation, it's motivating so you can see a friend. So I'm not too worried because it doesn't sound like you're reuniting with the ex to have anything again really, flourish again with the ex. Because sometimes when you're reconnecting with an ex too, it can hold you back from moving forward in your life. Right? You're being reminded of the ex. Even if you don't mean to, they can take up some of that headspace that you're supposed to be leaving open so you can meet the next person. Also, it's like you have to be careful about thinking about meeting up with the ex again because, what kind of a relationship was it? Was it a very sexually fueled one? Can you resist them if you get around them? Do you think you'll just end up back in the boudoir again? Or did you actually have a friendship to begin in the first place? I mean, these are all things that you got to think about when you're getting into it. How do you even go about doing it? Well, this is, again, it's unique to the situation, but it's a tricky one. I think before you even start to reunite, I also would like you to form a panel of people in your life that you could talk to about this. Because often when we think about it, we were in the situation. It is not so clear for us. Talk to a good friend. Be like, hey, when I was dating so-and-so, what did you think? Was I in a good place? Talk to your family. Create a panel of people that you could talk to before you move forward, because they might give you some perspective that you couldn't have because you were in the situation. So, again, before you move into doing it, I want you to think about these things. Did you give it some time? I don't want you to try and rush into a friendship if it's not time, if neither one of you are ready for it. Make sure you're actually over one another. This is a big thing, all right? Have you both moved on? Maybe do you both have new partners? That makes it a bit easier. Make sure your relationship is truly different now than what it would be. You don't want to go slipping back into old tendencies, all right? You have to be in a new place. Only engage with the person as much as it feels good for both of you. That means being aware of their emotions as well as you. Except you need more space. Forgive the past. If you're going to be friends with the ex, you got to let go whatever happened before. Done. Over. Don't be pulling it back out. Don't be living in that memory. Done. Create boundaries, right? So how much do you really want to let them into your life? Establish new behavioral patterns. If you guys used to always go meet at that one spot and have a bottle of wine, guess what? As new friends, don't go meet in that same special spot and have a bottle of wine, because you are repeating exactly what you did. You're not forming a new relationship with that person. And, let your ex know about your feelings. You got to be honest about why it is that you're coming back to them to begin a new relationship. I think how to actually go about it, like the actual physically doing it, it all depends on the person. I kind of think email is a nice way of testing out how people are doing, right? If they don't respond to you, you pretty much will have an idea they don't want to talk to you. If they respond, okay. It's a nice way without like a call or a text. I think that's a very direct way. And maybe you want to put out a tester. Another nice way to do it is spend time with a group of people. Maybe see how that goes. Could you hang out with your friend, the best friend you want to see as well as the ex, and maybe some other people? Maybe that first meeting could be a group gathering to see how that goes. Those are some of my initial thoughts, ideas, concerns. I don't think there is one sure way to go about doing it. In this situation, I don't think it would be the worst thing, because it sounds like you have actual other motivations to be connecting with your ex, not just reconnecting with them for just a relationship between the two of you. So in this situation, I don't think it'd do you any damage. Just make sure it's not doing the other person any damage. And those are my thoughts on the problem.
I think the thing is to be true to honest with yourself, because sometimes you make excuses. So you tell yourself, it's because I just want to see my best friend, when actually what you want to do is see the ex. I mean, we've all done that way. It's really good. People can easily lie to themselves quite easily, and I think it's quite hard to be that honest with yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was him, I would just probably avoid it and meet somewhere without the ex there.
Yeah. Even though they're at a distance, and I know what they're saying, it's tricky because it'd be easier to just go back and visit your best friend there. But I mean, is it time? That's why I'm like, are there any other ways?
Or they could come to where they're staying, can't they? I mean,
yeah, possibly, yeah.
Yes. Allyson, firstly, thank you for your advice. And secondly, I would swerve that with every fibre of my being. For what it's worth, advice, and no, absolutely no good can come of this. I'll tell you that for nothing. They're an ex for a reason. Either you dumped them or they dumped you. There's going to be feelings on one side more than the other, or on both sides for different reasons. There is always unsaid things. There's a history there. Look, that is a whole hotbed of drama.
Yeah.
Avoid it. And if you want to see your friend, then, and if they are your friend, then they'll understand that this is a compromising situation for you, and they will go out of their way to make sure that you guys can hang out without it being at their place. But listen, it's not. What do I know? I don't know anything. But that's Jen Brister's advice. as well as Allyson, June Smith's advice. Okay,
Yeah,
bye-bye.
exactly. It's tricky. That's exactly it. It all depends on the situation, who you are, where you're at, who they are, where they're at, how things ended, what's going on.
Yeah,
I
but
can say
exes are exes.
And also
Unless you've got kids and you've got to keep seeing them, then bye-bye.
And also, you don't really know. I think sometimes you don't know how you feel until you're kind of face to face with them and
You're
say they
there.
turn up with another partner or they're incredibly happy. And then you're like, and you're not as cool about it as you thought you were. So it's, you know, you don't really know exactly how you feel. And I think best is just to avoid it.
Yeah, because, well, look, I've already said it, but there's stuff there that you don't know how you're going to respond. And Maureen's put it much more succinctly than I did, but you just don't know. And so just keep well alone. And there are some things that are best not to... Listen, there are some scabs. Pick away. Of course, you've got to deal with that problem. But once that problem is X'd, then forwards, onwards.
I mean, I did meet somebody at a party, you know, after 20 years. I mean, you know, it was fine, but his missus was not happy. You know, and it was like, because it was just like we caught up like from like yesterday, but she was not happy about the situation. So I just think,
of course not.
leave it.
Why would anyone want to see their partner having a lovely time with their ex? Oh, why are they laughing? Why is he laughing more with her
about
than
stuff about jokes that they can't, they've got no idea
it's
about.
very, you know, it's not. You have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure that out. I mean, I'm not sure Sherlock Holmes sort of dealt with these sort of problems. But
Well, he's fictional.
had he would have very much. Anyway.
Well, then he would have asked Watson what Watson's opinion is because he would have been his good friend. And that's why I like the idea of forming a panel. People who knew you during that relationship, your friends, if you're like, hey, I was thinking about maybe reaching out and just saying hi to so-and-so, your friends will be like, absolutely not. Absolutely. They'll be honest with you and give you that idea of like, if you're not listening to your honest inner voice, they'll tell you, no, you're never seeing them again. Or, oh, you know what? They were a good person. I don't know. I just thought that was nice. But ask yourself all those questions that I listed because it will give you some insight. And ask yourself them and write them down. You know I'm a list writer, everyone. I cannot say you're not being honest with yourself if you don't write down answers. That's what I think.
Also, one last thing, this is also one last point to make, is that if you are the person that did the dumping and that person still has feelings for you and you kind of know that and you know that they would be happy to see you, do you know what I mean? Then you have an even bigger responsibility. Yeah, don't be a dick. Just leave them alone to get over you because they need to not see you. And it's not okay to keep creating reasons to see someone to boost your own ego, which is inevitably what you're doing. You're like, hey, they still like me. Well, I don't like them. Yeah, well, they're still in love with you. Don't be a penis. Leave them alone.
Right, and on that note, let's move to TV.
It's time for the television. Listen, you've got to work on your segues, Maureen. You're too abrupt.
Otherwise, we'll just
And now it's TV.
carry on talking about stuff. We've got to get moving.
Honestly, she's forgotten she's forgotten this is an actual podcast with intros. And don't means nothing to Maureen. Okay,
It's
fine.
45 minutes and we still haven't talked about TV yet. I mean, how long is this
Everyone
bloody podcast
listening,
going to
this is-
last? 3 hours?
I know, Maureen. We wound down, but that was the point where I was going to do the little intro. We don't have to just go, oh, God, can we all shut up and move on to television now?